Good morning, everyone. Good Wednesday morning. Welcome back. You're watching the Kaiser Report. I'm John, coming to you today to talk a little bit about the vice presidential debate that took place last night. And I believe there was a clear winner when it came to poise and knowledge from the Vance side of the aisle, but someone looked a little nervous and a little upset that they didn't have direct answers for things, and it was well-practiced word salad in some cases, but I'll play a little clip here for you in a minute to point out that we have a vice presidential candidate that is a self-admitted knucklehead.
To China. The issue for that was to try and learn. Now, look, my community knows who I am. They saw where I was at. Look, I will be the first to tell you, I have poured my heart into my community. I've tried to do the best I can, but I've not been perfect. And I'm a knucklehead at times, but it's always been about that. Those same people.
That's his words, not mine. So if we're going to be comfortable having a knucklehead in the second seat right behind a president, that if something should happen to that president, we have a knucklehead right behind her that will take charge. And we all know right now what a wonderful job he's done in the state of Minnesota, which was a great state at one time to live in, to work in. I have done both. And it's interesting to see which way things go when the wind blows. But that's pretty much it. We're still inundated here with trying to help out our neighbors that are close by here in Irwin, Tennessee. You don't see much. You see a lot of news coverages on Asheville constantly, and places in North Carolina which have been devastated, and I'm not going to take anything away from that. But we also have places like Hampton, Tennessee, Elizabethton, Tennessee, Irwin, Tennessee, Spruce Pine, and places of that nature that have been totally devastated in some cases and need help. We will go out today. They're asking for canned goods and not so much perishable items, but water, canned goods, and things of that nature that are new and unused that can go to these places that are getting into these impassable places. I'm going to meet tonight with some pilots that are in an organization that I belong to, and we're going to see if we can't help out from that standpoint with our group. And, of course, the Military Officers Association, MOA, is doing a lot to get goods out and take care of the veterans that are in and around, and also their families and friends. There's a lot of getting together and a lot of fellowship happening here as a result of this storm at a time when it is most needed that we all get together, help one another, and show Christ's compassion for each other and the need for certain amenities to just survive for some of these people that have lost their home, and in some cases businesses, and everything just washed down the river. It is a catastrophe beyond understanding unless you look and see what is actually has happened here, which we have gotten a glimpse personally of some of it. I'll never complain again about the amount of downed trees I have on our property, because it's just nothing compared to what these families are going through. And I ask you all, find a GoFundMe or a way to get canned goods and meals and things of that nature out to these people, or find an organization that has the ability to get there and give them what they need, and please help. I know everybody is wound up about this election. I know that the tensions were high going into the previous to the storm, and now it's even higher right now. And that, along with a strike of the longshoremen, is not a good time for this to happen, because our supply chains have already been interrupted by the shutting down of the Red Sea and the canals where everything is shipped out of that region on its way here and to other parts of the world that are, in some cases, in need as well. So we have to pray for everyone that has been affected by this. We have to pray for the cessation of the things that are going on right now with Israel and Hamas and Iran. To have released all that money to Iran for them to wreak havoc on a region was a massive mistake by this administration. It was a massive mistake when we got involved with Iran through the Obama administration. And we also need to understand that this can be brought to an end if it's done correctly. Sending troops there is a help, I guess. We have requests, many requests for goods, for military goods. Whether or not they're being provided by this administration, I don't know, and I'm not going to tell you one way or another. But we have a catastrophe here on our shores, and unlike the other countries around the world where we run to help and send aid, no one is going to do that for us. And you better realize right now, and they can say we want a closed society and all that, but that's not really the case. That's more propaganda than anything else. But people don't come to help us. We're the people that purvey the help to others. And it should be that way. That's the way we were raised. That's the way our country was founded and the principles it was founded upon. And we have already seen the results of pushing God out of our society, and that is wrong. We need to pray now more than we ever have for the people that are in harm's way around the world in our military. We need to pray every day from here on in for the people that have lost everything as a result of this storm.
Pray, pray, pray.
And we need to pray for our politicians that are making really bad decisions on both sides of the aisle. It's not just one. It appears to be more one now because they're worried about losing their foothold in their command center for radically changing this country into something it's not. It's not a socialization of a country. We can't allow that. This country is a democracy and a republic. And we have a solid ironclad constitution that has to be held to if we are to survive. And we need to all get together and pray for that survival. Our heart goes out to the people that are suffering right now as a result of this terrible, terrible storm that no one expected. Warnings were somewhat given out in the Florida area, but no one expected anything to come up into these mountains. They thought the mountains were just going to absorb it, and it made a catastrophe with the high winds and the amount of rain that was received all at one time. When you have rivers that are receiving 20 to 25 inches of rain at any given time, they will swell. Dams will be breached if you put more water behind them than they're meant to hold back. And if you look at the pictures of what happened with the dams around here, that caused all the damage. It wasn't a breach of the dam. It was an overflow of the dam. Clearly, it went out both sides and over the top of the dam. The dam structure held, and as it was supposed to, but you cannot, put 5 pounds of something in a 2-pound bag. And this is what happened here. When the rivers overflowed, they swept away everything. Water is a very, very powerful thing, and this is why they produce hydroelectric from these waters. When they flow strong, and they will take a house off its foundations. And if you don't believe that, turn on your TV and look at the channels that are showing the devastation in Asheville, in Irwin, and East Tennessee, and the surrounding areas. They've all been affected. So prayer is what they need right now, and they need assistance in getting things to them. And I guess that Elon Musk has said now they're setting up Starlink in some of these affected areas to get people back to where they can talk to their loved ones through the internet. And Elon is waiving the fees for that, which is a magnanimous thing for him to do. But this is a man that we need to look to for the future. And he is backing one side of this election, and we need to pay attention to what Elon Musk has to say. He, out of his goodness of his heart, he's waiving these fees so these people can get back into communication with their families, and that's a great thing for him to have done. There are people going out of their way to supply water and needed goods all over the devastated areas that we're looking at on TV. And I showed you some pictures here in the Monday broadcast. If you're not sure about what's going on, you'll see quickly that major interstates have been breached and the bridges are gone. I understand that Florida is sending up some makeshift bridges to try to get some roads open so we can continue to look for the people that are missing. There's an awful lot of people that have lost their lives as a result of this storm. And there's many, many more that are still missing and unaccounted for. And the main reason for that is that there is a very, very limited way for the rescue people to get into the areas where these people could be trapped, and many could still be alive. And we hope and pray that that's the case. So look into your heart and see what you can do, whether it's a cash donation or goods donation. There are many, many sites right here on YouTube and on Rumble where you can find to donate. And if you look at the Kaiser Report from Monday, you'll see that there's a local one here that will take care of people that are up in the Hampton and Irwin areas around here that have been devastated by this storm. We're going to go out today and get some canned goods and buy up some necessary items that people are asking for. And there is a drop-off in Elizabethton, Tennessee that we will be going down to unload there. And that's pretty much all we can do because we can't get up into the areas that have been badly affected because the roads are out and bridges are out. So we'll do what we can, and we'll talk to the flyboys tonight that I'm connected with and see if we can't get some stuff flowing into Asheville and areas where the airport is open and operating for assistance programs, which is now the international flights are where people are trying to get home to Asheville. They've opened the airport today to those flights, the incoming flights. So some people that have been out of town or away on an overseas vacation can come back home to see if their home is still there. And that's a hard thing to even talk about. So pray and pray often for all of these people that have been affected and pray to God and thank God that we are sitting here unaffected by it. And if you're unaffected by it, you need to give thanks to the good Lord, because if this can happen there, it can happen right over the top of you the next time. So be diligent, be aware of what's going on, and by all means, do not get depressed over this. And it's hard when you look at this vice presidential candidates last night going on with what really has the country upset to begin with. And then on top of that, we get hit with the longshoreman strike, which is forecasting goods not to be available in most stores. And I'm sure they're saying now that the gas prices will not be affected by the walkout that's taking place. The walkout that's taking place could be stopped immediately through Taft-Hartley, but Joe Biden is a union guy, and he thinks that by kowtowing to the union and collective bargaining that it's going to help their campaign. That's not a time to be looking at doing that. That, again, is election manipulation at its finest. But that's what they do. So don't get discouraged. Pray for guidance, pray for help, and pray for the people that are affected. And with that, we're going to go load up on some goods to take out to Elizabeth and to get to these people that are in need. I was in Bristol yesterday and noticed I did go to a food city there. They seem to be fairly well stocked on the Virginia side of Bristol. A lot of license plates in that parking lot were North Carolina plates, West Virginia plates, and a lot of Carter County and Unicoi County plates. These are people that were able to get out and get over to the Virginia side to try and get foodstuffs that they need. But remember, these people are living, in most cases, with no electric power coming to their houses. So they're cooking on outdoor grills or any way they can to keep their families sustained. And these are the people that are suffering. So pray for them and get some things out to them if you can. God bless you all. We'll see you back here Thursday morning on the Kaiser Report with more news as it happens. And we're coming into, it's Wednesday. And if you are fortunate enough to have barbecue plans for this weekend, don't forget our sponsor, Lazy J Farms and Butcher Shop. And you'll see their ad at the end of this video. So if you want good meats and cheese and eggs, get a hold of Butch down at Lazy J Farms and order up your cuts the way you want them. If you want an 1 3/4 steak, he'll cut it for you. So get him a call there before too late today, and you can pick it up or have it shipped to your door if you call early enough on Wednesday to have that happen. You'll have it for the weekend. And by the way, they make their own hot dogs that are absolutely fabulous. They call them the Chicago-style hot dogs. They are delicious. And there's no preservatives or junk put into this food, including his cattle. There's no antibiotics and growth hormones or things of that nature in there. So you'll get good meat and the best cuts that you could possibly want. So stay tuned at the end of this video for their commercial. God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow, Thursday. Stay safe and stay with the Kaiser Report. Bye-bye now.
Lazy J Farms has been raising the finest cattle and all-natural pork for 3 generations on the family farm in Fall Branch. Their blonde Aquitaine herd offers a leaner, healthier, and more tasteful beef. And the butcher shop is local, farm to table, and 100% authentic. This is the way your grandfather shot for me, with steaks cut to order, quality assured, and ready to ship to your door. Open Thursday through Saturday on Bloomingdale Road in Kingsport. Come see us.